Welcome back! In today's episode, we will dive into the many resources available for the homeless youth, families, and those at risk. I hope you enjoy and learn a lot. Since there are numerous experiences and unique situations pertaining to youth homelessness, we have split this episode into two parts. One for resources for the homeless youth in general, and then another for specific resources for specific groups. All the links and resources will be provided in the description below. First and foremost, whether you are at risk, a runaway, a concerned adult, etc., please do not hesitate to call the National Runaway Hotline, 1-800-786-2929. By calling this hotline, you can be easily connected to a trustworthy adult to address any concerns, 100% confidential. They also offer various crisis connection services such as live chat, email, and a form for posting questions, all free of charge. The National Runaway Safeline is a database of various services that supports youth from the age of 12 to 21 all across the U.S. This is a great option for youth to get free, immediate help no matter what the circumstance. Also, an important program offered on the website is something called Home Free. As found on the website, this program helps runaway, homeless, and exploited youth return home safely or get to a stable place where they can receive appropriate services. Through a free bus ticket, this program can help youth reunite with their family or guardian or go to an alternate living arrangement. They also work with youth, parents and guardians, law enforcement, anti-trafficking organizations, social service and healthcare providers, and others to ensure youth who are victims of labor and sex trafficking benefit from reuniting or alternate living arrangements. If you meet all of these requirements, then you must call the hotline 1-800-RUNAWAY to start your application process. Many more details can be found on the NRS website. Another great resource is the Covenant House, which provides housing and support services for homeless youth. Through their website, you can easily find the closest Covenant House to you, and upon your arrival, you will be guided through the programs and provided with assistance such as warm meals and shelter. Their continuum of care of a combination of educational programs, job training and placement, medical services, mental health and substance abuse counseling, and more allows for youth to overcome their difficult situations. They also offer a free and confidential Covenant House 9-line for youth and parents that operates 7 days a week from 1 through 5 p.m. at 1-800-999-9999. Through this hotline, you can be referred to shelters, referrals, information, crisis intervention, and health clinics. As mentioned in the last video, there is also a very effective permanent housing solution called Rapid Rehousing, which provides short-term rental assistance and services to homeless individuals. Preconditions are not required, and services are specifically suited to the needs of the individual. There are 3 core components to RRH. Number 1 is housing identification, or finding housing quickly. Your RRH program should designate housing identification staff members who will find or recruit landlords and match you with safe and affordable housing. You should also get a choice in your housing. Number 2 is rent and move-in assistance, which helps with the costs associated with obtaining housing. At minimum, it should secure you a place to live, and the assistance is flexible to suit different needs. Finally, number 3 is case management or stabilization of housing by connecting you to services and supports if needed. Such services should help to remove barriers that stand in the way of housing and build a support system. RRH ends when the individual no longer faces the threat of homelessness, but case management may continue. Please contact your local community action agency to apply for RRH. Next are some runaway and homeless youth RHY federal programs supported by the Federal and Youth Services Bureau. First is the Street Outreach Program, which helps homeless, runaway, and street youth under the age of 21 to connect with stable housing and services. Developing strong relationships with outreach workers and rebuilding connections with caring adults is also strongly encouraged, and the ultimate goal is preventing sexual exploitation and abuse of youth on the streets. Some services include street-based education and outreach, access to emergency shelter, survival aid, treatment and counseling, crisis intervention, and follow-up support. Please pause the video if you would like to read this fact sheet and youth profile provided by the FYSB and see the contact information. Next is the Basic Center program, which provides community-based programs that meet the immediate needs of runaway and homeless youth under 18 years old, as well as reunification with family or appropriate alternative placements. Some services include food, clothing, medical care, and other services that youth need, individual, group, and family counseling, recreation programs, education and employment assistance, outreach to youth who may need assistance, and aftercare services for youth following their stay at the shelter. Next is the Transitional Living Program, which provides long-term residential services for older homeless youth between ages 16 and 22. Living accommodations include host family homes, group homes, maternity group homes, and supervised apartments. Some services offered are basic life skills building, such as budgeting and parenting, educational opportunities such as GED prep, job attainment services, mental health care, and physical health care. The last program provided by the FYSB is the Maternity Group Homes for Pregnant and Parenting Youth, which supports pregnant and/or parenting homeless youth between 16 and 22. In addition to the TLP services, some educational services include parenting skills, child development, family budgeting, and health and nutrition. And positive youth development services include mental, physical, and reproductive health care, and resources to help identify reliable, affordable child care, money management and use of credit, and educational opportunities. Another general resource for the homeless youth is the National Safe Place. Safe Place is a national outreach and prevention program for youth under 18 years of age or under 21 in some communities who are in need of immediate safety and shelter. These safe places are public locations such as libraries, YMCAs, gas stations, and public buses that display the yellow Safe Place sign. All one needs to do is to enter the Safe Place, and within 30 minutes, a qualified Safe Place volunteer or agency staff member will arrive to talk with the youth and, if necessary, provide transportation to the agency. Once at the agency, counselors and agency staff meet with the youth to provide services and support for the youth and family. There are more than 20,000 Safe Place sites across the U.S. Text SAFE and your current location, address, city, and state to 44357 for free to find the nearest Safe Place location to you, as well as a local homeless shelter to contact. You can also go on their website and enter your zip code, and you'll be provided with a list of the closest Safe Place sites to you. We also strongly suggest you check out this database provided by Youth.gov, which contains an expansive list of federal or federally sponsored resources specifically tailored to certain experiences and of various information platforms. So those are some great general resources for homeless youth. Now, join us in the next part for some resources for specific groups, such as the LGBTQ+ and those with mental illness. Thank you so much for joining me in part 1, and I hope to see you in part 2.